Got it. Okay, great. Good. Welcome, everybody. And I think we're going to be in for a really nice this morning. I'm going to record this so that we can put it on YouTube. Gemma will put it on her TV. I'll put it on mine. You could, those that didn't see it can see it later. I just start off with this. I'm a student of history. And one of the things is during the dirtiest part of the 1930s, when the news was horrible in World War II, there was an extraordinarily famous broadcaster called Gabriel Heater. And Gabriel Heater used to come on and say, ladies and gentlemen, there is good news tonight. So we're going to start off this with 2021 with forget the news itself, with there's good news, because we're going to start off with a very positive real estate event and a very positive way to start the year. So with that said, I hope I can do this. I'm not that proficient. I thank God Barbara Brindle's here, Mike Crease is here, and I'm going to try to start with this and see if we can.
Most people tend to think that selling real estate is so glamorous.
Is it playing?
You got to share the screen, Barry.
In front of your house.
Okay.
That's easy, right?
Earth to Barry, share screen.
I know. I'm just.
When you share the screen, Barry, just make sure that you tick off the box in the bottom.
I know that. I see what I did. I forgot to hit share sound. I apologize.
Most people tend to think that selling real estate is so glamorous, that all we do is put up a sign in front of your house. That's easy, right? Come on! Or all we do is show houses all day.
Come on in.
Come on in.
Come on in.
Yep, we do that.
No.
And let's not forget the cookies, right? All agent baked cookies. Of course we do. And we're not empathetic at all.
It's okay. It's okay. It's going to be fine. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're going to be fine.
And let's not forget, we choose our own work hours.
Gémma Leggett, bonjour.
Gemma Leggett, bonjour. Yeah, right. Gemma Leggett, bonjour. The truth is, real estate is not as glamorous as you think. You gotta love it to do it. And I love it.
So, Gemma, that's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. We're going to talk about that in a minute or two, but I think I wrote to you when this started, when I saw that the first time, that the only word that I can say about that was it was whimsy. And whimsy is a word that's so disappeared from our language today because it's just brilliant. It's just, did you produce that yourself? I mean, was it your concept all the way through, or?
It was my concept. I wanted to do something funny yet, realistic. And so I worked very closely with a videographer, and together we decided what to do and how to do it. And then the editing, he did it all, but that was my concept. I wanted to show those things.
Now, you've done a group of, I mean, you've done your serious videos, Welcome to 100 Main Street, but you've done some pretty funny videos.
Yes. Well, life is too serious. I think that we need to lighten up already, right?
Yeah, well, it really is. There's a broker, Bill White, I think he is out in either Calgary or whatever. He did one as a silent movie like Charlie Chaplin. It was hysterical. And I'm trying to find it again. I haven't seen it in so long. I'm going to try to get my hands on that. So Gemma, we're going to talk about something that you're the absolute expert on, something that I know so little about, except I do know you in passing. I mean, we're not the first time you and I have spoken or done this together. Not an interview, but we talk from time to time as
Right.
friends. I don't know enough about you. So let's talk about you. Let's talk
What would-
about something you know better than anybody here.
What would you like to know?
Well, let's start. I know where you're from. Tell people where you were raised and what made you come to Canada.
Okay, so I'm Gemma Leggett with Remax Hallmark. I'm a realtor. It's been 3.5 years. I'm also a mother of two, recently separated. And I am French, from France. I was born and raised in Paris, and I came in Canada 16 years ago. I arrived in November, which was a really, really bad choice. I don't know why anybody would want to come in Canada in November. But I arrived with 2 luggage. I did not speak English. I didn't have friends. I didn't know anything. I didn't have a job, no family. So yeah, I put myself in situations that I can get out of my comfort zone.
Wow. What did you work at when you came? I mean, go back to Paris. You were in the film business or the entertainment
Yeah,
business?
so I was working for French TV back home, and then when I arrived here, I thought, you know what, CBC Radio Canada is going to hire me, of course, because I speak French, and Toronto is bilingual, and they need it. And basically, everybody shut me the door because they said, well, you have no Canadian experience, so you're not going to work here. So very early on, because I didn't have much money, I needed to start working pretty fast. I went door knocking in the mall, Upper Canada Mall, and trying to find a job, any job, because I needed a Canadian experience. And I found this lady who was French, the manager at Zara. And luckily she hired me. She gave me my chance, and thanks to her. So I started at the beginning. And I will always remember my mom saying, okay, you know what, like, why did you do this? Like, you left a great job in TV, you had this much money, this, that, the other, and then you go to a country you don't know, you don't speak English, and then you're now a salesperson at the mall. She goes, why? It doesn't make sense. And the why is because I see the big picture. My dream was to come to Canada. At first, I was coming for 1 year. And then I stayed. I'll tell you how I stayed later on if you guys want to know. But my picture was, I'm here for a year. I want my experience. I want to learn English. I want to do this dream of mine. And no matter how, I'm going to do it.
Wow. You were working in retail at the lowest rate.
Yes, $7.25 an hour.
$7.25 an hour.
$7.25 an hour.
You can really afford a lot on that.
Yes.
And then where did you progress from there? Talk about your progression and then how you got into real estate.
So then right after that, because I didn't want to stay in retail for too long, I really suck at it, to be honest with you. I didn't want to stay in retail. So I wanted to do something in French because, again, my English was not so good. I contacted French school for adults, and then I contacted them every day, wishing them Merry Christmas, Happy Monday, Happy Sunday, Happy whatever day it was. And I called them and I emailed them all the time. Eventually, the lady said, you know what, I have enough. I'm going to meet you because I just need to meet you because I need to shut you off. And then she is actually now, she has become my best friend. We still see each other all the time. She's my daughter's godmother. So she hired me as a French teacher with zero experience. I didn't know what I was doing at all. All I knew was I speak French. So how bad could this be? And then I just worked at night very hard to learn how to explain to my clients, my student, why they are saying what they're saying in French, sorry. So that was my job for a while. And I taught at CBC Radio Canada. And one of my clients said, you know what, you need to come and work for CBC Radio Canada. So I did. So see, I was back in the game, back where I wanted to be 2 years prior. So I did. I work in the French news, and I found it extremely depressing. So I decided to leave that. And,
CBC has that effect on people, yes.
Right? It
Yes.
was very depressing. So I decided, I can't continue to do that. So I stayed there 2 years, and then I went back part-time teaching, and the other part-time was coordinating the school with my boss. And so after that, I had my children. I wanted to go in real estate, but it was never a good time for some reason. Personal reasons. And so I didn't. But then when I had my second kid, I just couldn't do it anymore. I didn't want to teach anymore. I just didn't. So one day my ex-husband now came home and I told him, okay, I quit my job. And on top of that, I'm going to real estate.
Well,
And I thought,
let me stop you right there for a second. Okay. You're working in French, the proficiency in English.
Yep.
You're not from you're from an, what do you call it? You're from an artsy background. And all of a sudden you're going to deal with contracts and legal and everything. How did you find the course?
it was extremely hard, to be honest with you. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't want to do it either, because I didn't go to school for so long. I was out of it. I had 2 young children. My baby was 1 at the time when I started the course. But also the thing is, I needed to translate just about every word because I don't know this vocabulary whatsoever. So it took me twice as long. Luckily, I was able to take classes, which really helped me because the course on its own, you can do it online. And I really hated the online thing because I couldn't ask the questions that I wanted. So the course itself was really, really hard. But I really worked hard and I challenged myself to do it. And failing was not a possibility because I left everything. I quit my job. I have 2 young children, and I told my husband to be able to do that, we were going to sell our house and move north, so then we won't have a mortgage. You can pay the bills for a little bit, but it was not a possibility of me to fail. Like I sold my house.
Wait a minute. Let's stop right there. Let's absolutely stop. You remind, my brother told me that in some aspect. My brother's a lawyer, and when he was doing something in life, he took a shot in a business, and he said the only way to succeed is to burn your bridges behind you.
That's right. That's exactly what I did in France. When I left for France, I left with 2 luggage. I sold everything except my condo, because I had a condo. And the reason why I didn't sell my condo is because I left in a month and a half. I remember coming back at the end of September from Canada, from vacation, going to the Canadian Embassy right away, getting my visa right away, going to work and say, okay, I quit my job. And then I sold everything except my place. But you have to do this in the process because there's nothing else. There is no escape. There's nowhere to go. You have to do it. Like I arrived with my 2 luggage and I cried every single day for 3 months. I cried, right? On top of that, somebody stole my Visa card. So they stole all my money back home. I had no more money. It was tough. I cried every day. I remember my mom saying, you know what, Gemma, we understand you can do it. Just come home. And just because she said that, and it's true, because she said that, I was like, nope, I'm not coming home because you said that. I'm going to prove you wrong.
On the note of burning the bridge, or like burning the boats, burning the bridge, comment. As soon as I announced you were coming to be my first invitee to do this series I'm going to do this year, and my series is going to be erratic. I'm not going to be a Thursday at 10 o'clock on a certain time, just whenever I can, whenever I feel like it. I got a call. All of a sudden I get a message from somebody that says, so you got Gemma coming? I go, yeah. She says, you should have me on because you totally pissed me off, Barry Lebow. And I went, I did what? She says, I have never been angrier at somebody than I was at you. And this year I am a Titan in Remax. Now Titan is $750 to $1 million. I said, because of me, you're angry, but you made over 750,000. She says, you told me that I could never be a success in real estate unless I was full-time and had to get rid of my present full-time job to jump into real estate, or you're never going to be a real estate success. She said, I was so angry at you, I was going to prove you wrong.
That's right.
I'm going to have her on, by the way, how being pissed off at Barry Lebow made me a Titan. So she burned the bridges because of me.
Exactly.
I
And
had
I
no
think
idea. I just found this out. I thought, but she was
sometimes
so
you
angry.
got to have those times where people are influencing you.
Well, now you walk away. You move north. How many people you moved to where? Innisfil, right?
Innisfil.
Okay.
Yes, I was in Newmarket and I moved to Innisfil.
Now, for those that don't know, Innisfil is sort of north of Newmarket, south of Barry. Is that an easy way to say it?
Yes.
Within the Barry area. Now, you know how many people when you move?
None, zero.
Zero. Okay, now let's start from base. You know no one. You've got a real estate license, and you're going to make a success out of this.
Yes, absolutely. Failing
So-
is not an option.
So let's start from day one. What did you do?
Well, I interviewed with several brokerages and I decided to go with one of the
Don't mention
brokerage
names. Don't mention names.
in Innisfil. And then once I made my decision, I had my license for about 2 weeks and I did my first deal.
You sold the property, you listed,
No,
He was a
I
buyer.
helped a buyer. Yep.
you helped the buyer. And talk to me about the door. Now, this is sort of Barbara Brindle's on here. I know her story about taking the kids in the wagon and knocking on doors and all this. I love those stories. They're my favorite. So talk about the door knocking.
So when I started, it was June 2017, and the market, I don't know if you guys remember, but the market went to the dip. So not knowing anybody, I didn't know what to do. Really, really quickly, I decided, okay, I need to learn how to talk to clients, to show properties, contracts, everything. So I decided to take on leases. And I did 17 leases between June 2017 and December 2017, which A, taught me a lot, and B, I got buyers and sellers out of it later on.
How'd you get the first buyer, by the way? How'd you get your very, very first buyer that in 2 weeks? Was it?
Well, exactly like that. So because I wanted to do lease, I just decided to do leases because I agreed and acknowledged that starting at the bottom was going to be where I wanted to do, what I wanted to do. So in Innisfil, there is a lot of realtors from Toronto who are leasing property and they don't want to drive to show that property to anybody.
Mhm.
So what happened was I called realtors and I said, listen, if you don't want to come in Innisfil, I'm right here and I would love to help you. The only thing is, can I keep the leads when they come? And I got to work with many agents from Toronto, sending me their leads for free, not asking me anything. Now there were some property that I rented, but that particular one, that buyer who was going to be a renter, I said, but why do you want to rent? So I matched them with a mortgage broker and we realized that they were able to buy. So they bought right away.
Conversion on your first 2 weeks. I know people 20 years in real estate can't do that.
Well, thank you.
But listen to this. So to the people that are listening to this right now, you go to the out of town, the brokers that don't want to be bothered, and I'll be your go-to, I'll be your legs, basically.
Yes.
It's brilliant.
Yes.
I'll be honest with you. Until you and I spoke the other day about this, I never thought about doing that. It's
whatever you got to do, whatever. And you can also go on Marketplace, on Facebook, anything. Just take somebody from, take a listing from your brokerage and advertise it. Try to tell the agent, listen, I see you're in Toronto. I don't think you want to come to show the property every 5 minutes you have a lead. Why don't I help you? And if I get a lease, you don't really usually give them a referral fee because there is really not much to give. But what if I help them buy the property? I'll give you a referral fee, and that works a lot.
So now you start cold 3.5 years. I want people to understand the levels here. With the first half year is a learning experience. So
Right.
your first real full year, 3 years ago, you've been 3.5 years in the business. At first, take out the 6 months because you've got to trip and fall and pick
Right.
yourself up. So now you're 6 months in. Now the first year after that, you start. and we talked about zero. Every year you start at zero.
Yes.
You become platinum.
Yes. So in 2018, unfortunately, in January, I lost my sister and my dad 5 days apart. So I had to go home, which home is a French island in South Africa. So it's a 48-hour trip from here. So I went there, spent 3 weeks there. I unfortunately saw them both gone. And then I came back home to my little ones, and I had a choice. I'm brand new in the business. I don't know really what I'm doing, but either I stay on my couch and I veg and I become an alcoholic, or I move my butt and I get up and I put my anger and my energy into finding clients and making a living of this dream of mine of being a realtor. So I decided to go door knocking every single day. An hour between 6 and 7, because I thought that
That's PM, not AM, by the way.
Yeah, because I got the best response rate at that time between 6 and 7, and only an hour because my jaw was frozen, my feet were frozen, my eyelashes were frozen. So all I could take was an hour, but there was no way that I would not do at least an hour a day. The rest of the time I was calling people, trying to see what I could do on Facebook, trying to do my marketing, advertising, think outside of the box, whatever I could do. And then continue with leases, because I didn't want to stop something that I had going on here. I knew eventually I was not going to be doing leases for the rest of my life, but those leases taught me a lot and brought me money, and also brought me buyers and sellers later on, right? So I went door knocking and every single day. And then that year I did reach platinum.
No, for those that aren't in the Remax system or don't know, that's a minimum of $250,000.
Yes.
You're a year in real estate, you're doing 250 up. I'm not going to get into, I don't want you to show your tax returns, but whatever. It's still a high level. 250 is pretty substantial. The next year you hit platinum again.
Yeah, so 2019, I missed at $30,000. I missed chairman, so it was a bummer. But so I grew from 2018 to 2019. Now 2019, we came back to Newmarket, so I had to restart because my husband didn't love Innisfil, so we came back in Newmarket, and I had to restart my business that I had started in Innisfil. Now I have to do it again in Newmarket, right? Because I was really farming and focusing in Innisfil, right? So now I came back in 2019, do it again here, try to still continue with Innisfil, juggle the kids because I have 2 young children, juggle the marriage, and I missed chairman $30,000 last year. So
which means you're saying to everybody, I mean, we know at the level, chairman, for those that don't know, is 500,000 and up. You're talking about almost $500,000. Second
Yes.
year in real estate.
Yes.
And that's from cold.
That
as
is
an immigrant.
Yes.
And now you're chairman on your
Yes.
third year, which is 500,000 up. Now, I know your story. You went through it. You're going, and at the same time that you're making chairman, you're going through a marriage breakup.
Yes.
And trying to set up 2 households and everything.
Right. But I remember I did my business planning with Barb Brindle last year, and because again, as I missed chairman last year, I went to her and I said, listen, I want to do this and I need to have a plan. So we sat down and we made my business planning for the year. And this is how I really kept my goal, because I saw my number and everything. And I remember a lot of people telling me, because my marriage started to break down years ago, right? But it's really in February when I thought, okay, we separated the first time, then we went back together because of COVID. It was easier with the kids, blah, blah, blah. But I remember people telling me, listen, when you're going to separate, you're not going to be able to continue the same amount of business that you're doing. And again, the problem with me, or the good thing with me, I don't know how you want to call it, is if you tell me I can't do it, I will.
Now, for those that don't know, and I see somebody's asked this question, I was going to get to this. Now I'll tell them the most amazing part of all. You don't have a team or an assistant or anything.
So I didn't have a team or an assistant or anything. However, during the summer, when I saw that I was really, really getting busy, and I knew I was separating, I knew it was coming, and I needed to start to put systems in place, I hired an assistant. So she started with me this summer. She's licensed. So the thing is, if for any reason I can't show a property at night, for example, or do an open house, right now we don't have open houses, but if I can't, then she'll be able to help me out. And that is my goal, because now I am a single mom and I have my kids 50-50 shared custody. So when they're with me, I can't, I drag them already to few showings, and my clients are very understanding, but I don't want to be doing this on a regular basis.
Now explain also. We talked the other day about how do you balance a personal life and a personal life as a mother, being a mother. How do you work with being a mother with two young kids, being a superstar real estate agent? You are. I mean, I don't want to go to ego. We're going to talk about ego in a few minutes. What do you do to shut it off, to make sure, you were telling me about your time management. Talk about that, please.
Right. So in the morning, I have them every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday morning, and every other Saturday. So whenever I have them, I decided I'm going to only take emergency phone call or things like that. Now, luckily, they go to school. Well, not this week, but normally they go to school. So I can still work Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday morning, right? So I just tell my client between 5 and 8, I'm not available. However, if there is an emergency, please text me and I will answer that emergency. And then from 8 on, I can work all night until I'm finished.
Wow. You got to, now let's back up for a minute. Let's back up. Goals, plans, how strong is that for you? Do you sit back, for instance, do you make your plan, set it down, and then come back? And do you come back to it as the year progresses? Do you modify it? Do you look at it again? Talk about your plan. How do you work it?
Yeah, so see, I'm not good with having a year plan. I prefer to break it down, because when I have a year plan and I need to contact 3,000 people, this scares me. It's the same as losing weight. I lost weight this summer. I decided to lose weight this summer. But I knew my end goal, but then I broke it down. Okay, I want to lose 30 pounds. However, it's going to be 5 pounds per week for so many weeks. So I do the same with real estate. And if I see that I have not reached my goal, then I double it the next week. And
I know blackjack players have gone broke doing that system.
So that's yes, that's I keep my goal right in front of me. It's on my board. I have a board with my why. Like I can show you if you want quickly. That's my why. So I don't know if you can see it. Financial freedom, be happy, loved and beloved, happy and healthy kids. And I want to sell 50 houses in 2021. And it's right in front of me. So I see it every day, and that's what puts me back when I don't feel like it. It's right here, and I cannot not feel like it because it's here. I see it. So there is
I used to teach that. I taught you have to put your vision board and put something you want. So I had an agent that she really wanted a Mercedes convertible. That was her passion. She put a picture up. The trouble was she kept staring at the picture instead of doing the work. And eventually a year later, she can afford a little model of she upgraded from the picture to a toy model of the Mercedes. Right. And then one day she buckled down. She actually did get it. because she did write down her goals. I don't know how anybody can function without planning and goals. By the way, as they say, man plans and God laughs. I took my goals last year and had to rip them up when COVID hit. Everything got destroyed. And you just deviate, don't you? You just deviate.
Well, life get in the way, so you have a choice. Either you let it get in the way, or life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. Everything is a lesson. Maybe the lesson that I had to learn when I lost my sister and my dad and go through this very big, hard time was, you know what? Get up. You are in good health. You have 2 young children. You have to go. Get up and do it. Not that I would not have done it, but would I have put that much effort and anger? Because I was really angry. I was angry. I was sad. I was crying every day. But the only way I knew how to cope and I found how to cope was to work harder.
Wow. And of course, you've been with 1 or 2 brokers. And now, of course, I mean, a lot of us here are fans of Barbara Brindle.
Yes,
it goes
she is
without
awesome.
saying. I mean, half the guys want to date her, but that's another story. I don't want it to go to her head. Barbara and I worked together years ago in the ABR program when I brought the ABR in, and Barbara was a certified instructor. And I was just amazed. I used to sit there and watch Barbara teach. And I think I took the ABR 3 times because of Barbara.
Yes.
I learned from Barbara so much. You are mentored strongly. Do you think that a lot of agents failed because they went to a brokerage because they chose a commission over what the brokerage can give you? In other words, they went to the brokerage for the wrong reasons.
Right.
Talk about choosing a broker.
Like everything I find in life, it's not about money, it's about what you get. I don't care how much it costs me to be in that brokerage. I'll pay every single penny if I have to. I will not change it, because I not only get fabulous support, the training that is there is amazing. I can call Barbara or any of my manager for that matter. They answer their phone call, and if they don't, they call me back within 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I have somebody, and I never tell my clients I don't know. What I say is I don't know yet, which means I will find out.
Yeah.
And I have huge amount of support behind me, which is tremendous. And I can talk to anybody. We have a huge support. We went skiing last year, and I made so many great connections that I actually got some leads out of it too. Some agent in Toronto sent me business in Newmarket, and it's just the family, the connections, I was with Cheryl. Cheryl came to my house on Sunday night.
Cheryl's on the call.
Yes.
And it's funny, she told me she was with you. It's funny because Cheryl is very dear to me too. So.
And I love Cheryl, and it's not just a brokerage where like everybody's looking at everybody. Oh my gosh, like you're this, you're that, like there's the competition. In my opinion, there's no competition. You and I can go to the same listing presentation. You're going to get it or I'm going to get it. And it's not because of listing presentation. It's all based on the person and how they're going to trust me or you more and feel better with you or me more.
Gemma, what about, let's get into some nitty gritty stuff. You've got different options. Mike Crease is on here too. I had make Mike a co-host. He sort of pulled away. You got influence. Michael, if people don't know, Michael's been a leader in training realtors across, not Canada, North America in video.
Yes.
And you really picked up on what Michael was teaching, didn't you? Your videos, you produce a lot of video.
Yes, so I met Michael when I was working back in Innisville with my previous brokerage. And we had the chance of having Michael coming to give us a class, and it was really awesome. And you know what, I understood right away what he meant with upping your game with videos. And although I hate videos, and you could maybe not tell from my videos, but I can't stand doing them. I have to get out of my comfort zone all the time. If you knew how many times there is beep in my video because I'm swearing, I don't like it. I don't like to look at me. I don't like to listen to me. I don't like how I sound after. But you know what? Once again, it's the fact that you get out of your comfort zone and you do it. And I remember one of my clients who had just sold a house 3 months ago. She's a financial advisor, and she said to me, you know, Gemma, I want to do videos, but I really want to do like the same as yours. But you know, your videos are so great. So what I did is I said, go on my YouTube and please watch my first video 3 years ago when I first started. Please do that and tell me what you think. So we did it together. She watched the video and she goes, oh my gosh, Gemma, this sucks. And I'm like, yes, but unless you do it again and again and again and again, you don't master nothing. It's like a baby walking. The baby's not going to start running right at the back. The baby is going to start getting up, making a step, falling down. The baby's not going to tell you, oh, mommy, I cannot walk, so I'm going to stop and never walk my life. They're just going to continue again and again and again until you master it. And once I master something, I go on to something else to master something else.
Hey, Gemma, let me jump in there for a second. Remember when we spoke at that session?
Yes.
You came up and you're all excited about wanting to do video. Do you remember the idea that you pitched to me about the video you wanted to do? Because it ties into what you just said, taking your first step and falling. Do you remember the...
Yes. I think I wanted to do something with a roof, didn't I?
You wanted to climb up on top of a roof and fall off or something like that. And it's like, no. I'll sooner give you crayons than let you do video. But there was something about climbing on a roof. And I can't remember if it was jumping off or you were cleaning off the leaves or something along that line. But I'm glad you did what you did instead.
Well, it's because I try to think outside of the box and do things that not everybody's doing. Like if you want, you know, and like it is very important, don't get me wrong, it's very important to make videos, informative videos, right? But if you want the information, tons of people have done it already. You can find everything you want on Google, blah blah blah. I just want to think outside of the box and be different, bring the same amount of information, but be different in a funny way, light way, because I think that everybody is so serious. Life is so serious. Why don't laugh at it? So this is why I came to you. And I remember coming to you and telling you that. And I remember you said, well, whatever you do, you need to have insurance. Please be careful.
Start with a smaller roof.
Fall off a doghouse.
Yeah. One day I will, Michael, I will fall off the roof.
No.
I'll find it.
Gemma, as someone who has fallen off a roof, no, you do not want to fall off. Honestly. And I, you know, you're talking about video. I'm watching my, I can see my girlfriend Vivian's face as you were talking, because her first videos were the stiffest. Hi, we are in front of Holt through. It is Christmas, you know, and now it's just natural and flows and everything else. I tell you, as watching a lot of agents stuff, if I hear one more agent say, and this is the bathroom, and this is the kitchen.
Yes.
Oh my, how droll can it be?
That's right.
So we're doing video now. Do you believe in print?
Do I believe in?
Print.
Absolutely.
Tell us about your print. What do you do?
I started with farming in Innisville. I was farming about 2,500 houses at the beginning. So it would be postcards every 3 weeks with whatever message, either information on real estate, what to do, how to do. I had also when is the best time to sell, just listed, just sold, how can I help you, things like that. I did not see a return on my postcard for 8 months. And I did it every 3 weeks. But that first return I saw paid for my entire year, right?
2,500 postcards. In
every
bulk
3
mail.
weeks.
Bulk mail.
Yeah.
at the company rate, what, 27 cents, 30 cents mailing plus the postcards plus 50 cents, 60 cents a piece, roughly?
Yeah, I don't remember. Sorry, I'm really not good with finances.
Well, you're roughly, you were looking at about $1,700-$1,800 a month.
Yes, it
Okay.
was. Yes, and I up this. Now I don't do only postcards. I also do the market update with a company called Kits.
Oh, yeah.
And every month they send market update to my farming area. It costs a bit more money, but again, I'm bringing value to clients because not everybody is on YouTube, not everybody is watching videos.
No.
So you need to touch different people, right?
Well, you spent then in 8 months, just fast math in my head, between $12,000 and $13,000 without a result.
Yeah, but that first listing I got, what I listed their house and I helped them buy a house. So it
Right, I
paid for the
realized
year.
that. Then what happened? Did the dam break after that? Did it start coming and coming and coming?
Yeah, yes, especially in Innisfil. It's been harder, tougher in Newmarket. I haven't seen the turnaround in Newmarket as much. However, with COVID, I stopped for a while doing the postcards, and now I decided, as I said, to do the market update in my farming area. So I just want to continue once a month for people to.
Your marketing update, by the way, is I'm a strong, I can get very vocal about using Treb averages and stats and all that stuff. I hate them. I just hate them. I think they're so distorted. When you give the updates, do you stay in the neighborhood and just the local?
Yes,
data?
absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely. That's the only way
It has
do
to
this.
be neighborhood to neighborhood. Yes.
I agree.
Yeah,
100%.
I can't do on my video. I do York Region, Simcoe update. That's a quick 3-minute video. But no, for the farming, for the market update, if I'm going to send you to your house a flyer, I better be talking about your neighborhood.
Now, when you take a listing, do you send out postcards immediately saying coming to the market, brand new, something like that, and then follow up with sold after? Do you
No,
do
what
that
I
plan?
no, what I do is I go door knock. So before I put the sign, I go door knock. 20 houses one side, 20 houses the other side, or more if I have the time, if I can do it. And I say, hi, I'm Gemma Leggett with Remax Hallmark. I'm here to tell you that I'm going to be listing this house. It's going to be on the market so and so day. Do you have anything that you would like to ask me? Blah, blah, blah. I spark up a conversation with them with whatever they give me.
Oh, stop. One question, fast one, right there at that point. What's the reception from the public at that time when you go give them that information?
They want to know how much it's going to be because they don't know yet. The sign is not there yet. Literally, they're the first person to know there's a sign coming in. I'm telling them there's a sign coming in. Here's who I am. Do you have any questions? So the question is, usually the question is always the same. How much are you going to list for? How many bedroom, bathroom, is this renovated? Oh, I've seen the house. Oh, they're my friend, blah, blah, whatever the conversation goes for. So that is the first time that I touch them. Then usually I have an open house. So now my sign is up. Before the open house, the day before, I go again and I door knock the same people and I say, I would like to personally invite you to my open house, because they want to come and see, right? They want to, but they don't. Some people do, some people don't, but they generally want to come. So they come or not. When they come, we have another conversation. And then the third time that I go again is before I put the sold sign up. So
wait a minute,
now
stop there. You go before you put up the sold sign.
Yeah, so now I have the sold sign in my arm and I say, hey, you remember me? We met the first time, second time at my open house, whatever. Well, I'm here to tell you that I have the sold sign up with me and I'm going to install it. Would you like to know how much we sold for? Because nobody else but me have this information right now.
Wow. Do you have a CRM? Do you have a good data? And do you put down when you meet, let's say, Mrs. Price or Mr.
Yes.
Price at 100 Oak Street, and they're saying, well, Gemma, we're about 2 years away from selling. Do you make notes and put that in and for follow-ups and everything?
Absolutely. So I have a CRM called Follow Up Boss.
Okay.
And
Make a
whomever is going to give them, give me their phone number, email information, they're going to go to my CRM. And then the great thing about Follow Up Boss is you have drip campaign, and you can set them up the way you want. For example, extreme cold leads or buyer lead, long-term nurturing, sellers, whatever. And then it tells me every day who to call, when to call them, what to do with them.
Did you
And
start a
so-
CRM when you started the first year?
No, I had the Buffini one. I had the Peak Performer, but it did not give me what I wanted. So I moved to Follow Up Boss last year.
How do you
And I
say that slowly for people?
follow
Photo,
follow, like follow something,
follow
follow
up,
up boss, Follow Up Boss.
follow up box.
Yes.
Some people
Boss.
are asking.
Cheryl,
Follow up box, box,
Barbara and
box.
Cheryl just wrote it. I
Boss.
see people saying that door knocking with COVID. No, I have not door knocked at all during COVID. Actually, it's not true. I went one time before the lockdown happened, back in November, for 1 hour, and I really didn't feel good about it. I stopped.
Smart.
But otherwise, no, I have not door knocked since COVID. No.
Okay. And what's your COVID plan?
My COVID plan is Facebook.
And your questions coming in, I was going to ask this. People are jumping ahead of me for my I got a whole sheet of things I wanted to ask you, and they've asked about coaching. And I spoke to you about this the other day. You don't have a coach, do you? Barbara is your mentor, but you don't really have a true coach that you reported Thursday at 9 o'clock and you go over the week before and all that. You don't have that kind of person, do you?
So the beauty again with my brokerage is I'm part of a mastermind group. We talk every Monday together. It's a small little group of agents. Whomever wants to join is welcome to. And we just put ourselves accountable. Like we tell each other, okay, this is what I want to do this week. And then next week we talk about it. And have you done it? Have you not done it? And then we give each other crap when we don't meet our goals.
So you go by peers instead
Yes.
of okay. Are you thinking of getting coached?
I'm unfortunately I'm really bad with listening. So
Yeah, you're a real estate agent. You're a real estate
although
agent.
I would love to, I really don't listen. I'm sorry.
What do you read?
I read tons of books. I actually don't read no books, sorry, because I don't have the time to read. But as I'm in my car all the time, I listen to books a lot. I turn my car into a training center. Same, I don't watch TV. I really try to always watch videos that are going to help me to achieve my goal and teach me what I want to learn this day. So as far as books, the best that I read was Think and Grow Rich, obviously.
Yeah.
But the one that really, really, really helped me a lot was Unstoppable Confidence.
What's that? By whom?
Unstoppable Confidence.
Yeah, I think I've seen that one around.
It really, really helped me. I also enjoyed reading what it's called, Who Moved My Cheese?
Mm-hmm.
And Eat That Frog.
Yeah, that's is it Drucker? I can't remember. Yeah, I think you should also. I'm a huge advocate since my girlfriend Vivian took the course, and I read the book Larry Kendall from Ninja Training. It just blew me away. That whole book. It just. I see Daniel Tobias. He talks about Brian Tracy. I have the pleasure of actually spending time with Brian in California some years ago. It was a wonderful man, an amazing trainer, amazing man. Such a gentleman, beautiful. Ninja Training. I see Mary saying Ninja Training is a great book, and it really is. And it's by Larry Kendall. And if it wasn't for COVID, I was going to get on a plane and go to Colorado and take the course directly from Larry instead of waiting for it to come here. And it was coming here, and I still wanted to get in COVID, stop that. So, but I know that's for myself. I'm just putting that out there for a lot of people. It's a great book, one of the better books. Have you ever read The Millionaire Real Estate Agent?
I have, yes, at the beginning.
Okay, it's okay. People rave about it more than the reality of it, but it's okay. It's good. Now, I think the big question now is what's in store for 2021? What's your goal? Are you going to be chairman again? You're going to go to Titan?
I would love to go to Titan. I don't think this is going to be in my card this year because, as I said, I need to. This year, I really, really need to learn how to balance my life with my kids
Yeah.
and my business, which right now they are my priority. However, I'm not going to do less than chairman. This is my goal this year. I'm doing chairman again, and have the time. Because I'm gonna have my kids, so and have the time.
Now, last but not least, and we're gonna open it up and let people ask more questions in a minute. You're just so easy to interview. You're just
Thank you.
so easy. You're so, you say this about being. I think that Michael Creasa they always, people come to, oh, Michael, I don't feel right about being on camera. I don't have the face for it. I don't have the head for it. Well, it's the head you've got, and you've got a delightful head. I mean, it's a very pretty face, but you're very articulate. You're very expressive, but I think you're really fun, and that fun, it must convey when you're doing business. There's no question. I mean, when you're with your clients, I'm sure there's some of the frustration stuff. Are you always smiling?
I am. I like, again, my sister, before she passed, she told me life is beautiful, and she's right. Life is beautiful. If I try to laugh at problems because it helps me surpass them. So I have a problem, I force myself to laugh because then that really gets my je ne sais quoi out and helps me to, I'm not saying that I do this all the time, right? I'm sure Barb will tell you many times I called her not laughing.
Now,
but
look at awards themselves. Well, you and I talked the other day about Eagle, and having an award from one year doesn't do much for you for the next year, does it, by itself? Just
no.
having an award. Oh, I thought we were muting everybody. Okay. Did I lose you there? Gemma,
No, I'm here. I'm here.
There you are. Okay, somebody cut in on us.
You know what? We wake up every morning unemployed. That's the reality. We're unemployed every morning. We wake up and we have to go and we have to do it. January, I restart at 0 because this is the year for the goal. So it's up to us to make it. I don't have an ego. I'm not going for the award. I am not. I really truly believe that I want to do what I love, and I want to help people as much as I can. And if I can do those both things, then I'll be the happiest on earth. I remember at the beginning when I started, my husband asked me, "Oh, what's your commission? How much did you make?" And I'm like, I don't even know. I didn't calculate my commission, and actually, I don't care. It's not about the commission. It's about what I'm doing for them. It's about telling them you got the house or you sold your house or something, So no, it's not about chairman. It was my goal, absolutely, but it's about doing what I love every day.
Well, we were talking about a word came up between us the other day in conversation, and I said it to you. There's something you can do a lease and make $700-800, and you can do a big sale and make $70,000-80,000, but there's a buzz about the deal itself.
That's right.
Especially if you negotiated and you worked it, and it wasn't an easy one to make. There's something about, isn't there, coming home late at night, everybody's sleeping, you close the door, you stand there, you lean against the door, you go, it feels good.
Yes, exactly.
There's a buzz, isn't there?
There is a buzz, absolutely. And I'm pretty sure everybody on this call would say the same.
Buzzes, I live for the buzz. I live for the buzz. I did my smallest deal ever, and I helped somebody do a lease, and it's so cheap, but it felt good because it was not easy. And I felt good doing it. It's a buzz, isn't it? It's great.
It is.
Gemma, you're delightful. I'm glad we're friends. I'm so sorry that we can't have that meal for a while because of we could sit in a park and roast a hot dog over an open fire, but we'd probably get arrested for that too right now. So whatever. What I'd like to do, Barbara, can you unmute everybody? Just unmute everybody. By the way, if you can, and anybody wants to ask a question directly, ask, please.
Sorry, Barry, I was on a phone call. Did you?
Oh,
did you hear
I
my
said,
Yeah,
can
I
you
unmuted
unmute?
everybody, Barry. It's done.
Okay, I've unmuted everyone. Would anybody like to say a few words and ask a question or two? Gemma, I think from this today, I think we're going to start a new Facebook page called Gemma's Fan Club. So if anybody would like to ask a question, I think it's a great time to do it because go ahead, please jump in. Harry, you're there. Oh, you were there.
Hey, Gemma, it's Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Hi. Do you outsource your Facebook or social media advertising?
No, I don't, because I need to make sure that whatever I put there, I know what it is. Because if people are calling me and say, "Oh, I love your post," and I have no idea what I'm talking about, this should not happen. Same as I'm doing all my commenting and keeping in touch with everybody. I think that social media is very, very personal to you, and the way that I would post things and the way that somebody else would post on my behalf will be completely different, and therefore miss the point.
Okay.
I forgot to ask you a very obvious question based on this question. Gemma, what time do you wake up in the morning? What time do you go to bed at night?
I wake up early because my kids love to wake me up early. So depending.
But if Darren's not available for photos.
Go ahead. Go ahead,
Oh,
Gemma.
sorry, there was somebody behind.
Go ahead. Talk, Gemma.
So I wake up early because my kids wake me up early, and then I try to go on social media right away, look at my social media, then I get my kids ready for school, and then I go to bed when everything is finished.
Well, how many hours do you put in a day working though?
Sometimes it's 5 hours, sometimes it's 17 hours. It's never the same. Again, I don't go to bed until everything is finished. And like, for example, Monday, Tuesday, I was with my kids, and yesterday too, and I had to homeschool them. So everything that I was supposed to do those days, I couldn't. So when they were in bed by 8, then this is when my day started, and I went to bed when I went to bed.
So you're homeschooling. I guess selling real estate's a lot easier than homeschooling.
Gosh, yes. Especially a grade 1 little boy who doesn't want to listen to one word that I say because mommy doesn't know.
I got a call the other day from a mega producer real estate agent who's a very dear friend, and she said to me, "I can't take it. I'm a mom and I'm not good at it." She's going crazy with the kids at home, but that's another story. Any other questions? Because I'm going to do this too. I'm going to sort of block. I hope I can do this properly. And here's the contact information for Gemma. Is that coming up on the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
So anybody wants to. Now, one of the things I want to just add before we finish this is, please, if you've got questions that are specific or want to do, but people I have on an interview, they're not just here to give you free advice and free coaching. So if you reach out to them with something of consequence. Don't ask them how to help you with your. Yes, Gemma will help, but there's only so many hours in a day. And I find it very interesting that so many agents expect us to do, because we speak, what their manager should have done. They chose a crappy office, and in turn, they turn around and expect other people to help them by by deferring to us instead of their own office. And I've said to people many times, "Where's your manager?" "Oh, well, I never hear from my manager. I can't get a hold of my manager." I'm like, so why are you there? So leaving it at that. Are we all good, folks? Now, I'm going to come back. You got the information. I'm going to shut this down. Any other info? Gemma's easy to find. Karen, I love you, Karen. How are you?
I love you too, Barry.
Love you, honey.
Gemma, what do you do for closing gifts for your clients?
It really depends because not everybody is the same. So during the relationship that I build with them, I try to see what they like, who they are. And so it could be a pillow for a lady who likes to stay at home and, you know, like some decoration things. It could be a gift card to Home Depot because they need to buy a brand new washer and dryer. It,
So you tailor it.
Yes, I can't just buy the same thing to everybody because I think that even for me, like if you buy me a gift without thinking about me, please don't buy it because there's no point. You just wasted your money.
Yep.
So I like to do a gift with my heart.
Yeah. Good for you.
Good. Any other questions before we break? I hope you enjoy this. I hope in the course of the year, there's somebody on this call right now. I'm going to embarrass her. Josie Stern, who was so, I don't want to be in a panel. I don't want to be interviewed, but Josie, I'm coming after you. I want to interview you.
Good luck, Barry.
I want, Josie, there you are. Hi, sweetheart. I really
Barry.
want to interview you, Josie. People want to know your story.
I've done it twice, Barry, but that's, I think.
For
enough.
me, come on, Josie, it's me.
But I do want to say, Gemma, that I so admire you so much. I cannot begin to tell you. I love people that are focused, and you certainly have the grit that is necessary to be successful in this business. And I wish you all the luck. Can't be easy being a single mom. So I really, really, really admire you.
Thank you.
I know
Thank you
how
very
hard
much.
it is. I remember one time, I used to door knock as well. And I remember one time I used to do it between 9 and 10 every morning. And one time my husband and I, who's sitting next to me, who Barry knows, he and I had an argument. So, but I was determined. I had to go door knocking. So I was on Hillcrest Drive and I'm going up the stairs and I'm crying. And before I knock on the door, I wipe my tears and I'm like, hi, it's Josie Stern. I was in the area. You're thinking of selling. And anyway, that's the kind of grit you need to get to where you want to be.
Yes, so many times, as I said, when I started door knocking after I lost my sister and my dad, those tears, I had them too. Absolutely. And when you have that, you keep on going.
Well,
I
Canada
really admire you very, very much.
Josie, what do
Yeah.
you think when we go out for dinner? You think we should bring her along?
Yes,
Anytime. I could learn from Gemma.
I can learn from anybody.
Ah, that's good. Well, folks, thank you very much.
Thank
you,
you.
everybody that came in and give of your time to be here this morning. Gemma, I am glad that you're the first person I kicked off 2021 with. I'm glad we're friends.
Thank you. Thank you. Really, really.
You can say merci. I sort of understand that.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And I'm here for you for your referral in York region and anytime. And Barry, I want to go for that lunch with you anytime as soon as this stops. And
Can I bring
so many.
Vivian?
Absolutely, absolutely. And do you have a single friend that can come along too?
Yes, but unfortunately, he likes boys, but that's another story.
Ah, well, you got few months to find me somebody nice.
Well, just make sure they were also an achiever. One thing is very interesting, by the way. Achievers need an achiever at home. They need a fan club at home. They need a cheerleading section, or they're not going to make it. Your family has to be there. The husband or the wife has to support you at all times.
Oh,
You
my
have
kids
to
do.
just
My
like
kids
that
do.
for your success.
My kids do, because every time that I work on a deal, I tell them and I say, do you know what this means? And they know what it means, because if I get the house, either for the buyer or if I sell the house, they get something, a little something. It doesn't have to be big, but it's a reward. Either we do something outside or I buy them something, but they know. So then they cheer me all the time. And sometimes my daughter is like, what are you doing? You got to go to work because we need to do that, right? So
Well,
that's
Gemma,
Barry, can I make a suggestion?
yes.
Absolutely.
I'd like everybody on the call to go through their phone books, everyone that they know, for any single eligible perfect men.
Yeah.
Perfect. They have to be perfect men though, because she deserves nothing but perfection.
Exactly.
Oh.
And I'm not settling this time. So, so yeah.
It took you a while to find the right guy.
Yeah, but when you find them, you hold on tight.
You got a winner. You got a winner.
You're right, Michelle. There is no such thing as a perfect man.
No, it's just someone who's perfect for you. That's all. They don't have to be perfect. It's just you got to be able to deal with it.
That's right. But for now, I'm going to focus on business and my kids. And then if the right guys comes along, we'll see.
Wow. Success in all areas. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy. And Gemma, and passing the very last thing I'm going to say, I've been in this business 53 years. I've met superstars all over the United States and Canada. I've worked with, I've spent time with, I have rarely seen somebody do what you've achieved in such a short time. It's been,
Thank you.
you really did. You're
You're really boosting my ego right now.
No, it's
So
a
thank
reality.
you.
You understand when I started to find out about this, about you, platinum, and then chairman in 3 years, it blew me away. It really did. It's an amazing achievement, and your balance is good. So thank you, and for everybody, good hunting. Go out there, slay your dragons, and let's all be successful in 2021. I'll let you know when I'm doing my next interview. And I'm going to go from pretty girls now to I'll find one ugly guy, I promise. Be well, folks.
I love you, Barry.
Thanks, Gemma. Thanks, Barry.
And Barbara,
Thank you.
delightful. Thank you.
Thanks so
Thank
much,
you.
Barry.
You
You
give
did a
so
great job.
much. Barbara Brindo, you give tremendous to this industry. You know that.
She
And
does.
don't say a word, Barbara. You know I'm right.
I had good role models, Barry.
Thanks, sweetheart.
I want to
That
be
wasn't
like
one of
her
them.
when I grow up. I told her all the time.
Oh, you just insulted her age. It's okay.
No, no, not at all. It's not an insult on her age. It's like I need to grow up and become like her.
I'm not grown up yet, Gemma. I don't even know what I want to
I
be when I
remember
grow
a
up.
younger woman, a younger Barbara.
Barb is not. No.
I'm never going to grow up, Barry. Sorry.
No,
She's young at heart. And thank you
Barbara
again
had
for
kids, so
everything you
she'd
do,
have
Barb.
someone to play with. Goodbye, all. Love you all, and feel the love. Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys.